A key decision that has to be taken by wholesale and retail pharmacies is what quantity of pharmaceutical stock to order and when to execute such orders. These decisions are key in regards to finding the right balance between inventory costs incurred and the customer service level desired. In this module, we will be looking at key strategies to implement when making these decisions to ensure you remain both efficient in your operations and as well profitable. In the previous module, in our definition of pharma inventory management, we mentioned inventory control as one of the key aspects for proper management. Pharmaceutical inventory control refers to all the activities that are put in place to maintain a predetermined level of inventory. It is about making decisions on what quantities to order and when to make these orders. Its aim is to reduce the overall cost of inventory while maintaining the desired levels of customer service. So how do we determine what quantity to order? One of the biggest reasons why expired medicines accumulate in pharmaceutical supply chains is haphazard ordering. Lack of a clear and consistent blueprint that determines these quantities can lead to financial losses or even stockouts. There are three main models that are used in determining order quantity of pharmaceuticals. These are 1. Lot for lot ordering technique, 2. Fixed order quantity technique, 3. Economic order quantity technique. The lot-for-lot technique can also be referred to as consumption-driven ordering, and it is a method where medicines are ordered based on net current requirements. As the pharma supply chain manager, you do not order more or less medicines than what the consumption indicates. This technique is used in situations where there is high variability in demand for the medicines that you trade in. Fixed order quantity technique. In this method, medicines are ordered on a predetermined fixed quantity or multiples of the same. This method of ordering is ideal in situations where demand for your medicines is relatively stable across a long period of time. The third technique one can use is the economic order quantity technique. Just like the fixed order quantity technique, the economic order quantity involves use of predetermined order quantities, but in this case, the order quantities have the lowest total costs for carrying and ordering costs. There are key principles that govern economic order quantity technique, which are 1. As you increase the quantity of medicines that you order, there is normally a tendency of total cost to drop. This can be explained by the law of economies of scale. This drop in cost applies just up to a certain point, after which your total cost will increase as your order quantity increases. 2. At the economic order quantity point, the total cost is at its minimum, and as well, the carrying costs are equal to the ordering costs. And finally, any alteration of the costs automatically leads to a shift of the economic order quantity. So how do you calculate economic order quantity? We multiply 2 by the annual consumption in units of a particular medicine, then by ordering costs per order. This is then divided by annual carrying cost rate multiplied by unit costs of the medicine. We then finish by getting a square root of the answer. Let's look at an example. A hospital pharmacy practitioner wants to establish the economic order quantity of ceftriaxone injection at his facility. The annual consumption of ceftriaxone is 100,000 vials a year, which is bought at $1 a vial, while the ordering cost is $20 per order. The carrying costs of this medicine is $4 a year. So, what is the economic order quantity of ceftriaxone at this facility? This will be calculated as 2 multiplied by 100,000, then by $20, which is the ordering cost, then we divide this by 4 multiplied by 1 to give us an order quantity of 1,000 vials. Just like any model, the economic order quantity model has certain assumptions which may not necessarily be the reality in the pharmaceutical world. For example, this model assumes demand and lead time for medicines remain constant across a period. As well, it assumes that there are no quantity discounts in your purchases. However, despite these assumptions not holding true in the real world, this model remains fairly accurate even with changes in the cost inputs and is therefore recommended for use in development of replenishment strategies. Now that we have an idea on how much to order, let's look at when we should place an order for our medicines. In determining when to place an order, there are 4 key systems one can use. These include order point system, 2. Periodic review system, 3. Minimum maximum system, and as well, time-phased order point system. Let's start with the first one, order point system. This system involves placing an order for medicines when your pharmacy has just enough quantities to last you through the replenishment period, which is that period from which you place an order to when it is received in your shelves. The order point, therefore, is the point at which, as a pharmacy, you have enough quantity of medicines to be consumed within the lead time plus any safety stock required. Order point system is a fluid one, and it is not an ordering system based on rigid time periods like monthly, weekly, or quarterly orders. For example, if typically the demand for paracetamol is 200 tablets a week and your lead time is 1 week, assuming you establish a safety stock level of 30 tablets, your order point will be at 230 tablets. That is 200 plus 30. As noted, order point is not rigid and will vary as demand for your medicines vary. If based on above example, the demand for paracetamol changes to 300 tablets a week and your lead time and safety stock remain 1 week and 30 respectively, then your new order point shall be 330 tablets. Periodic review system. In this ordering system, pharmaceutical commodity managers order medicines within fixed ordering interval, for instance, weekly or monthly orders. They establish a maximum level of inventory, and this provides the basis for the new order quantity. A stocktake is done periodically to establish the inventory position, and order quantity is determined by subtracting the current stock levels from the maximum set level. The maximum level is determined by adding the time interval between ordering period to the lead time, then multiplying this by the demand per unit time. This figure is then added to the safety stock. Let's look at an example. A retail pharmacist at the heart of Nairobi seeks to determine his order quantity for a particular brand of cough syrup through the periodic review ordering system. The demand for this cough syrup is 10 bottles a day, and the average lead time is 2 days. The time interval between ordering periods is typically 7 days. The pharmacist also has an established safety stock of 5 bottles of cough syrup. On conducting a stock count, the pharmacy had 7 bottles of cough syrup. The maximum stock level shall therefore be calculated as follows: 7 plus 2 to give us 9, which is then multiplied by 10, which is the current demand, then adding 5 bottles, which is our safety stock, to give us 95 bottles. Since the current stock level is below this maximum of 95, an order is triggered and order quantity shall therefore be 95 minus 7 to give us 88 bottles. The minimum maximum system. In this type of ordering system, the goal is to ensure that a requisition for medicines is only placed when medicine stock levels fall below a certain set minimum level. In the same light, stock levels are not allowed to go beyond a set maximum. For example, if as a pharmacy you have set your minimum stock levels of ibuprofen tablets at 500 and maximum level at 2000, then when stock levels fall to 330 tablets, a requisition of 1670 ibuprofen tablets should be made. Time-phased order point system. In this system, commodity managers do not wait until medicine stock levels fall to a certain point. It's a more proactive system where it checks whether the medicines will fall below the reorder point system during the future order period. If the stock in hand, including those in transit, is below the reorder point, then an order is initiated. This system is ideal for those medicines that are slow moving and have irregular demand. Let's look at an example. A supply chain manager in a wholesale pharmacy notices that the amount of ibuprofen tablets in his store plus those in transit add up to 15,000 tablets. Through his records, he realizes that this stock level will not be enough to last between this period and the next scheduled order. The manager will therefore initiate a new order to ensure that no stockouts happen. Now this is the concept of time-phased order point system.